These are dinosaurs, lived about 65 million years ago. So, how can I be sure of that? In fact, how can anyone be sure of that? The answer lies in fossils. These treasures are scattered all around the world. But the real question is, how do we know when they lived? How do scientists look at a rock and say, yep, that's 65 million years old? Let's start smaller. Forget dinosaurs. How do we even know Homo sapiens lived thousands of years ago? That's where something exciting comes in: carbon dating. Carbon 14 is a naturally unstable form of carbon. It doesn't like to sit still. Over time, it decays, and scientists measured that it takes about 5,730 years for half of it to disappear. That's called a half-life. Pretty neat, right? But what does that have to do with living things? Simple. Every living organism, plants, animal, even us, constantly swap carbon with the atmosphere by eating, breathing, photosynthesis, you name it. But the moment something dies, that exchange stops. From that point on, the carbon inside starts ticking like a clock. By measuring how much carbon is left, scientists can figure out when that organism died. And here's the catch: carbon dating only works up to 50,000 years. Great for humans, but dinosaurs? Way too old. So, what do we do for the fossils millions of years old? That's when scientists turn to other isotopes, like potassium-argon. Potassium-40 has a half-life of 1.25 billion years, perfect for measuring super ancient stuff. But wait, dinosaur bones themselves don't have carbon or potassium left inside them. Over time, their bone fossilized. The original material got replaced by minerals. So how do scientists date them? With a clever trick. They don't date the bones directly. Instead, they date the volcanic ash or igneous rock found above or below the fossil layers. If the fossil is sandwiched between those rocks, you know its age falls right in that window. So in reality, the real timeline of dinosaurs isn't hidden in the bones. It's hidden in the earth around them. So why not use potassium for dating everything? Because of its massive half-life, it's useless for something only thousands of years old. The decay is barely noticeable. That's why carbon dating is still the king of recent history. Fun fact: carbon not only helps us cover the past, it also connects us to the future. Don't believe me? Check out my last video on DNA to see how carbon is shaping what's next. So here's the cheat sheet. Carbon dating works for anything up to 50,000 years old. Beyond that, scientists use isotopes like potassium or argon. And when those aren't an option, other elements steps in. But the idea stays the same. These elements are our time machine, unlocking stories buried deep within the earth. And guess what? They don't just tell us about life on Earth. They also help us figure out the age of the entire planet and even distances across spaces. But that's story for another video. And hey, if you found this interesting, don't wait thousands of years to hit that like and subscribe. Who knows, your carbon might run out soon.